Jacoby, and I'm really happy to be doing these classes with everybody and creating this community. If you have a block or a strap and a strap, grab whatever yoga props you think may be helpful for you, a chair, a towel if you don't have the strap, or even a harder pillow to sit on. We'll start off at just getting centered for the first few minutes. So find a comfortable seat. If your knees are very high up, try to find something to sit on. It could be a block, it could be a pillow, it could be a towel, it can even be a chair. And then find a comfortable cross for your legs. You can sit with your legs in this position if that's more comfortable for you, or find a cross-legged position. We'll start with the right leg in front of the left, okay? Whenever you're ready, you can close your eyes. That's comfortable for you. And take a moment, place your hands on your knees, palms up or down, and just rock back and forth a few times to find your center. So you don't want to be leaning back too far, you don't want to be too far forward. So try to find a place where you're rooting down on your sitting bones and you're able to sit comfortably. Try to line up the crown of your head with the outer shoulders, creating this triangle. So if you feel your head is falling forward, try to bring it back in line with the outer shoulders. And then relax your shoulders down your back. Relax your shoulder blades down your back. Feel the sitting bones rooting down. Feel them heavy into the mat or the block or the floor, whatever you're sitting on. And from that place of heaviness into the ground, the rooting and the grounding down, start to feel a lengthening up. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Soften through the eyes and the mouth. Feel the jaw softening. Try to relax the jaw. It's an area that we normally often tense in, so try to soften there. Lengthen through the sides of the neck by relaxing the shoulders. Feel the heaviness of the elbows towards the floor. So whether your palms are facing up or down, try to feel the weight of the elbows drawing the shoulders down. Soften through each finger. Soften through the legs and the feet. And then bring your attention to your breath. So without changing anything, just noticing the quality of your breath this morning. Noticing if it's a short inhale and exhale, if it's long, shallow, if it's the breath you feel in the belly or the chest. And then start to take a little bit longer inhale. So try to deepen the quality of the breath, lengthening the inhale and the exhale. And if thoughts, things come through your mind, just let them pass. Don't pay them any attention. Just kind of view them and let them pass through. And then bring your attention back to the breath. So if you can, try to inhale and exhale through the nose. If you need to keep the mouth slightly open, go ahead and do that. With each inhale, feel the sitting bones grounding down, rooting down, and feel the length throughout the whole spine through the crown of the head. On the exhale, trying to maintain some of that length, but at the same time softening in. So take a few deep breaths like that. With each inhale, feel yourself grounding down. You can even use your hands a bit to help with that. Feel the length created through the crown of the head. And your exhale, soften in. And then we're slowly going to open our eyes. Bring your hands together, starting with the pinky side. So connect the pinky side of your hands and your palms, and then bring awareness to each finger as they touch one another. So one by one, bring each finger together all the way to the base of the palm, and bring them together at your heart. So very slowly, start to put a little bit more pressure, pressing the hands a little bit towards one another. Really connecting and going one by one, each finger, pressing each finger together. So pressing the pinky together, and then the ring finger, the middle finger, the pointer, and then the thumb. And with a little bit more energy, start to press, feeling the elbows lifting up, pressing the hands together, and then releasing, taking them behind you. Either grab elbow to elbow, you can also use a strap or clasp your hands. Take the hands down towards the floor, roll the shoulders back, and then gently lift the hands up. Making sure not to jut the chest out, the ribs out, just bring the ribs in, lower the shoulders down, and lift the hands behind you. And then slowly release, bring the hands together one more time. And again, pinky, one by one, bringing each finger together, just being aware of each part of the hand that's touching each other and where you're not touching. So the center of the palms probably not touching each other. And then slowly starting to bring a little bit more energy into the hands and the fingers, pressing them in towards one another. A little bit more, starting to lift the elbows. Taking a breath. And then releasing, and again, if you clasp your hands, clasp them the other way, and if you grabbed elbow to elbow, again, find the alternate elbow, and then take the hands down, roll the shoulders back, and then gently just lift the hands a little bit, knit the front ribs in, roll the shoulders back. And while you're doing this, just bring your awareness back to your sitting bones. Make sure you feel your sitting bones rooting and grounding down, feeling the connection to the earth. And then release. So just lean back and switch the cross of your legs. Take your hand right by the sides of your hips onto your fingertips. Roll the shoulders back. If you can, bend the elbows a little bit and just start to bring the elbows towards one another, lifting the heart as you press your fingertips into the floor. And again, making sure not to arch throughout the back, just keeping the back, the spine in a neutral position. And and then release, bring your hands forward, come onto the fingertips, press down into the floor as you root the sitting bones down. And then start to create length. So roll the shoulders down, sitting bones rooting down, the crown of the head reaches up. And then come back to center. As we go through the practice, obviously can't see what you're doing. So please take care of your body, okay? If something doesn't feel right, don't do it. Back off and just try to be connected to how you feel throughout the body and do what's right and good for you. All right, we're gonna just turn the upper body to the right, take both hands to either side of the right leg. Press into the floor and roll the right shoulder back, just twisting a little bit to the right. So your head can follow, but don't over twist through the head. You can start with the head in line with the chest, and once you have your twist, you can take it over a little bit to the right. And then come back to center, take it over to the left, pressing the fingertips into the floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and twist to the left. And again, head follows after you twist. And then come back to center. Take your left hand over your right thigh and bring your hand and kind of push into the thigh. Take the right hand behind you on your fingertips. You can also use a block or a book to place the right hand on and come a little bit deeper into the twist. And this time, take your gaze over to the left shoulder and look down to the left armpit. Okay, so we're twisting to the right and you're gazing down at your left armpit, getting a stretch here through the side of the neck. Bring your gaze back to center. Keep pressing the left hand into the right thigh and take that the right arm up and over. So you should start to feel a stretch to the right side of the body. And make sure you're not falling down. Try to keep the chest open and root down through that right sitting bone as you reach up through the right fingertips. And hold on to that right leg with your left hand. And if you need to, you're going to start to bend the left hand so that you don't creep your left shoulder up to your ear. So keep the left shoulder away from the left ear. And slowly come up, keep the left hand where it is, and take the right hand over to the left thigh. So you have a cross going on here, and then take the shoulders down and start to lift the chest a little bit. It's a very small movement. Good, lift the arms up and single or double cross your arms. If that's too much, just hug yourself. Okay, so find a cross, single, double, or grab onto your shoulders. Take the shoulders down and start to move the elbows away from your body. And you can take a moment here and rest your forehead on your hands. Start to squeeze the arms together, spreading the shoulder blades on your back. Take a deep inhale into the upper back. Exhale, release down. One more, inhale into the upper back. Exhale, release. Slowly release the arms and come back to center. Take the right hand over the other side, over the left thigh. Okay, press to lift. Root the sitting bones down and take the left hand behind you. And again, for some of us, it might be very helpful to have a block to place that hand on and start to twist to the left. And slowly take the gaze over towards the right armpit. So you're turning the head to the right and then tilting it down towards the right armpit. come back to your breath. Just be aware of your breathing pattern. Try to keep a smooth and steady flow of your inhale and exhale. And then bring the gaze back up to center. Keep pressing the right hand into the left thigh and take that left arm up and over. Again, try not to fall in, but try to keep the chest open and rooting down through the left sitting bone as you reach through the left fingertips. Breathing into this whole left side, the ribs on the left side, expanding through the whole left side of the body. Slowly coming up, take the left hand over the right thigh this time. So now your left arm is in front of your right. Press into the thighs, lift the chest. Release, take the arms up, cross, maybe tighten the cross a little bit here, and come into your Gomukhasana arms. So single, double, or bring the hands onto the shoulders. Take the shoulders down away from the ears and start to lengthen the elbows away from the body. You can rest here on your hands, squeeze the upper arms, the forearms, excuse me, and spread the shoulder blades on your back. Taking a few breaths in the upper back, feeling the upper back fill with breath. Exhaling, release. And then slowly release the arms. Open the legs. Bring your legs into a V. So if you're sitting on something, you can continue to sit on something. I find it a little bit harder in this position. But if sitting here causes you to round, then still continue to sit on a block or a towel or something. All right, so take your legs out to the sides. Try to keep the toes pointing up towards the ceiling and start to bring some energy through the legs. So pretend you have a wall and you're pushing your feet into the wall. Start to feel the energy and the work of the muscles as you do that all the way up the leg. Okay, take your hands behind you, come onto your fingertips. Start to roll the shoulders back. Keep the ribs, the front ribs in. Gently pull the belly in and up. Roll the shoulders back. Press the fingers into the floor. And feel the length through the spine and all the way through the crown of the head. And then come back and bring your hands in front of you. Come onto your fingertips, press into the floor and lift. But feel the sitting bones, the connection to the ground, to your mat, to the earth, and really use that downward pressure of the sitting bones to help give you length through the crown of the head. And your hands are helping you lengthen up. Again, toes are still pointing up towards the ceiling. And then take your right hand to the right of the right leg and your left hand is to the left. Press and lengthen up. And then switch sides. Take it over to the left leg. Press your fingertips into the floor, lift and lengthen. Keep pressing the feet into that imaginary wall. And come back to center. This time take your, like we did when we were cross-legged, take your left hand over your right thigh. Take your right hand behind you on your fingertips, press into the floor and roll the shoulder back, coming into a twist here. Keep a good grip on the right thigh with your left hand. And take that right arm up and over. Again, breathing into the right side, expanding the ribs on the right side, trying to not to fall down, but keeping the chest open and reaching through the right fingertips. Inhale, come back to center and start to bring your direction of the upper body, the chest, over that right leg. So you can either hold on to the shin. If you reach your toes, grab your toes. You can also use a strap here. So if there's a tendency here to kind of come off of that left sitting bone, try to root down. Keep the connection on that left side as you bring your body towards the right foot. And then hold on to the foot or the shin, and then start to open up and take the left arm up and over. So your chest is facing the center. You're trying to keep the chest open as you reach up through the left fingertips. And then come back to center. Take a moment to just observe. Notice how you feel. And then we're going to go on to the left side. So take the right hand over the left thigh. Take the left fingertips behind you. Press down through the sitting bones. And lift and lengthen. And use your hand on the left thigh to help you lengthen up and get into your twist. Toes are still pointing up. You're still pressing into that imaginary wall. And then hold on to that left thigh. Reach the left arm up and over. Keep the sitting bones grounding down as much as you can. Reach up. Breathe into this left side. Expand with each inhale. And come back to center. Twist, turn towards the left leg and start to come down as much as you can, holding on to the thigh, the shin, or the foot. And again, you can use a strap. And keeping the legs active as you reach towards the left toes. Think about the crown of the head towards the left foot. And then open up, take the right arm up and over, stretching through the right side of the body. Expanding the right side of the ribs. And come back to center. Take the soles of the feet together. You're going to bring them as close as you can towards your body. Either grab onto the ankles or the feet. Press the feet towards one another. Okay, find the toes like we did with our fingers. Connect the toes, the heel, the toe mounds. And wherever you're holding on, as you try to open the hips down, you're going to resist with your hands and lift and lengthen up. Shoulders move away from the ears very gently. And if this is enough for you, stay here. If you want to come a little bit forward, you're going to start to bring the body forward. Keep pressing the feet together. Inhale, come back. And come to the top of your mat. If you have blocks, take them, bring them to the top of your mat, or if you have a chair, place it at the top of the mat so you have it in case you want to use it. And we'll come into Tadasana, standing at the top of your mat. So just find your middle ground here and start to, without lifting the heels or the toe mounds, start to rock back and forth so that you can just feel what it's like to bring the weight forward and back onto the heels. And once you do that a few times, then start to go side to side so you can feel the edges of both feet on both sides. Just kind of wake up the feet a little bit. And then start to find the middle ground. So find the place where you're rooting down. You feel the earth, the mat beneath you from all four corners of your feet, both sides of the heel, and under the big toe mound and the pinky toe mound. And once you're there, start to feel the feet moving down, yielding into the earth as you start to lift and lengthen up. So that takes a bit of energy throughout the legs and all the way up through the crown of the head. And on your inhale, you're gonna press the feet down and lift the hands up. Bring the hands together in each finger. Exhale, bring the hands to your heart. And again, inhale, pressing the feet down. Inhaling the hands up. Exhale, your hands to your heart. One more time, inhale, press the feet, lengthen up, bring the palms together. Exhale, start to bend the legs. Bring the forearms onto the thighs. Okay, so my feet are a good distance apart. I find that more comfortable. If you want to keep your feet a different distance, that's totally fine. You can have them wider or closer together. Just try to keep the outer edges of your feet parallel so that your toes are not pointing out. All right, so your forearms are on your thighs. Bring the fingers together and then press the forearms, lifting the chest here. Take the hips down a bit and lengthen through the crown of the head. Your thighs are working here a little bit. Hold the belly in. Come up a little bit, bring your hands to your heart and come up all the way. Inhale, reach up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Press the feet down, inhale, reach up. Exhale, take the hips back, bend the legs, press the feet, take your forearms onto the thighs, and again, press into the thighs to move the shoulders away from the ears and keep the chest open. Maybe here you want to take your hands to your heart, lift them off of the thighs. A little bit harder work here, pull the belly in. Exhale, take your hands down, forward fold. Here's a place you might want to use your blocks. Again, find four corners of the feet here, press them down as you start to lift the sitting bones up into your forward fold. Feel free to keep your legs bent here. Relax the head down towards the floor. Inhale, press back up halfway. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Again, rock a little bit forward and back to find the place where you feel the most rooting down and grounding down through the feet. Place your hands onto the mat. Take your right leg back. And drop the right knee. If that bothers your knee, then you can either use a towel or you can double the mat here. All right, press the left foot down, press the right shin down on the top of the foot, or you can also have your toes if that helps you. That's easier for you. And inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, take the hands down, take the left leg back. Coming into tabletop here, spread the fingers and root all the finger and finger mounds down, especially the thumb and pointer finger. We're going to inhale into cow. Exhale, find your cat. Pressing the hands down. Inhale. Just getting some movement through the spine. Exhale. Tailbone down. Pressing the hands and doming through the back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And come to neutral. So we're going to come into downward facing dog. So you have two options. You can just take your hands forward and leave your knees on the floor for down dog, and this will be your down dog. So you're going to lengthen the spine in this position with your shins and your knees down. Or you're going to curl your toes and come into downward facing dog. So take the right position, the right down dog for you today. Either way, whichever position, whichever down dog you choose, take your hands and spread your fingers and root down through all the finger mounds, especially the thumb and pointer finger. So there's a tendency for those to kind of pop up, and I want you to take them and root them down. Bring your awareness to whatever part of your foot is on the floor and root it down. Inhale, lift the heels. If you're in full down dog, exhale, lower them down. One more time. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower them down away from the toes. Good. Inhale forward to plank. Drop your knees. Hug the upper arms in and come all the way down to the floor. Bring your hands to the sides of the chest and hug the upper arms in towards the body. Lift the right leg and just extend it back and lower it down. Lift the left leg, reach it back and lower it down, and then plant the top of the feet onto the floor, making sure all your toes are pressing down, especially the pinky toe. And then roll the shoulder back and down a few times. Just take a few shoulder rolls here. And then take the shoulders back and down, press the hands in, and come into a gentle cobra. Letting the chest glide through the arms, keeping the legs engaged. So you're pressing the feet down, reaching them back. Exhale, lower down. One more time, roll the shoulders back and down. Press your hands in, reach the legs back, energize through the thighs and the legs. Reach up for your cobra. Exhale, take it down. Press back up and come into a child's pose. Bring the big toes together, knees slightly apart, and reach the hips back and reach the fingers forward. Inhale, come back up. Make your way to the top of the mat. So either come into down dog and walk your way, or just stand up and come to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Press the feet in. Inhale, come back up all the way. Hands come together. Exhale into your heart. Inhale. As you inhale, I want you to, we're going to lift the heels off of the mat. So inhale, lift the heels up, come onto the toes. Exhale, lower them down. So try to coordinate the movement with the breath. So as you lift the heels, try to inhale all the way up. Exhaling slowly so that at the end of your exhale, your heels meet the floor. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, slowly take the heels down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, take it all the way down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, take the left leg back and lower the left knee. Press the right foot down, press the left shin or foot down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take your hands down, right leg back this time. Plant the hands and really press and root the hands down. Curl the toes, come into your down dog, whether it's here or full downward facing dog. If you're in what we call half down dog, stay here until we bring the right leg forward. If you're in full down dog, take the right leg up, keep the hips square, so don't let the hips open here. Just keep the right leg, both at the hip points pointing down. Keep spreading the fingers and rooting them down and forward. Take the right leg up. And slowly bring the right leg forward. And sit on the heel here. So your leg is straight. We're not in pigeon, but your right shin is right underneath the right thigh. Press and open the chest. Lift the left thigh and take the right leg forward. So if you're in half down dog, come bring your right leg forward. Press both feet into the mat to come up. So I'm going to turn side so you can see me. The right leg is still forward. You're going to pivot the back leg and open up to warrior two. So the right heel should be facing the left arch. And take the left toes and bring them in slightly. And have a nice wide stance here. So you're going to come into warrior two, pressing the feet down and getting the energy up through the legs, and take your arms out to the sides. Take a few breaths here. Flip the right palm and take the right arm up to the ceiling. Before you go into reverse warrior, I want you to take a deep inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, take it over. Inhale, come back to center. Reach through the fingertips. And then take the right arm onto the right thigh, pressing down through that left outer foot, and then reaching through the left fingertips. So find the stable base here, your feet, especially that left foot, and really reach through the outer edge of that left foot as you reach through the left fingertips. And if you can, without moving your legs, come back up to warrior two and pivot your foot. So both feet are going to be parallel with one another. Your toes slightly pointed in. You're going to take your hands onto your hips. And you can bend your legs here. But what I want you to do is really be aware of the feet, all four corners of the feet grounding down as you come into this pose. Okay? So we're going to start to come forward. And you can bend your legs here and come onto the fingertips. And this is a place, if the floor seems very far from you, you can take a chair and place your hands on a chair. Press your hands into the floor, shoulders away from the ears. Press the feet into the floor and lengthen the spine. So with each inhale, press the hands and press the feet. With each exhale, feel the sitting bones moving back while the crown of the head moves forward. Gently draw the lower belly in and up. If this is a good forward fold for you, stay here. Otherwise, on your next exhale, as you draw the belly in and press the feet down, you're going to come down into your forward fold. Take a few deep breaths here. When you inhale, think about pressing the feet down. As you exhale, think about lifting the sitting bones. And let the head rest. Try not to hold a lot of tension in the neck here. Inhale, come back up. Come onto the fingertips. Pivot to the top of your mat. Place the hands down and come into your plank. So your plank may be here or your plank may be here. Whichever plank you choose, press the hands down and spread the shoulder blades on your back. Pull the belly in and up. And feel the energy moving in opposite directions. So the crown of the head and the legs in the other direction. Come all the way onto your belly. Take your legs, reach them back. Roll the shoulders back, come up into your cobra. Exhale, take it down. Keep the legs active, pressing the pinky toe into the floor. Roll the shoulders, inhale, come up, cobra. Exhale, take it down. Come back up through tabletop and come into your downward facing dog so we can do the other side. Press the hands, and without moving them, feel like you're gliding them towards the top of your mat, helping you get your hips and the sitting bones moving back. Energize through the thighs. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower them down. Inhale, lift the heels. When you lower them down, think about moving them away from the toes. Good. Inhale, take the left leg up. And slowly bring that left leg forward. Sitting on the heel. This left sitting bone is on the left heel. Take your hands, press, and lift the chest. Roll the shoulders back. Curl the right toes, lift the leg, and take the left leg forward. I'm gonna be this way. All right, press the feet into the mat, pull the belly into the spine, and come up. Inhale. Open up, warrior two, nice wide stance. Heel to arch, and back toes in a little bit. Take your arms out to the sides. So keep pressing through the left heel and the left big toe mound. Feel the rooting down of the feet. Feel the energy created through the legs. Flip the left palm. Inhale, reach the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Take another deep inhale here, lengthen through the side, and then exhale, take it over. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, extended side angle. Take the left arm onto the left thigh. Root down through the outer edge of the right foot as you reach through the right fingertips and take it up and over right by your ear. Inhale, come back to center, trying not to move the legs. And again, parallel the feet, toes come in a bit. Bend your legs. Find the rooting down of the feet. You can straighten your legs here or keep them bent. Take your hands onto your hips, roll the shoulders back. Take the shoulders down. Inhale, come forward. Take your hands down. This time, again, your legs can be bent. Walk your hands forward. And then press the hands down into the floor and bring the hips back. So your arms are going to be like in a downward facing dog, the way they are in that position. Keep pressing the feet down. Lifting the sitting bones and rooting the hands down and forward. Spread the shoulder blades on your back. And find length here from the sitting bones all the way through the crown of the head. Then the legs, press the feet, walk your hands back. Come onto your fingertips, bring your hands to your hips, and come up. Pivot to the front of your mat, and take your right leg forward. Shake it out. Press the feet down. This time, as you inhale, lift the heels and lift the arms. Together. Exhale, lower them down together. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, take it down. Bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes here and take a breath or two. Noticing the bottom of the feet, the connection to the earth. Feel yourself, the feet yielding into the mat. Press the feet down as you lift up. Start to bring the hands together. Start to press the fingers in towards one another. Like we did when we were seated, start to press a little bit harder. Press the feet down, press the hands together. Release the hands, take the hands behind you, clasp them or elbow to elbow, bend the legs, reach the hands back and come forward into your forward fold. Release the hands, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take the right leg behind you and pivot. For Trikonasana, for triangle, press the feet down and come up. So heel to arch, the stance is a little bit, not as wide as in Warrior Two. And your back toes, the right toes are pointing in a little bit. Take your arms out. Flip the left palm and take the right hand down the right thigh and reach the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Then exhale, reverse your triangle. Find length through the left side and then start to come into triangle with keeping this length through the left side. You can take a block or just place your hand on your shin or a chair. Don't stop at the knee, either right above or below the knee. Press the hand into the shin or the thigh or your block. Press the feet down. Take your right hand behind you and roll the right shoulder back. Pull the belly in and lengthen through both sides of the body. Press the feet down to come up. And then take both feet and point the toes out to the sides. Bring your hands to your heart. And you're going to go as low as is comfortable for you. Okay? This position can get pretty intense when you go low down, so please be aware. But what I want you to be aware of is not falling onto this side of the feet. So try to root down through the pinky edge of the feet, maybe even lift the toes a little bit to find that grounding down through the feet, and then start to come down. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up into a V. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Hold it here. Press the feet down. Maybe lift the toes. Make sure the outer edges of those feet are not forgotten. And then lift up. Pivot to the front of your mat and step to the front of your mat. I'm gonna face the camera here. So root down through the right foot and just lift the left leg. So try to notice what happens with the pelvis. Try to keep the pelvis as square as you can. Press down through the right foot to create length. So make sure you're not falling on the balls of the feet or the heel, but make sure you're rooting down. Lift that left leg. And then come into tree. So tree, you have a lot of options here. Your toes can be on the floor, shin, or on your thigh. Just don't put it on your knee. Okay? So find your tree here. Hold the belly in and up. Find your center. Find your base of support, that right foot. And see if you can lengthen up and out through the fingertips. Bring your hands together. Take the left foot forward. Slowly lower it down. And come back to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take the left leg back this time. Pivot the back foot. Press the feet down to come up for triangle. Take the arms out to the sides. Press down through the feet. Inhale, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. And then exhale it over into your reverse triangle. Keep pressing down through your support, through your feet. Inhale, come back up. Start to reach the hand towards the opposite side. So your body is going to one side and your hips are going to the other side. As you find triangle here, take the left hand behind you, roll the left shoulder back, and press the right hand into the shin. Keep pressing the feet, finding that sense of support and stability through the legs, through the feet. Press the feet down to come up. And again, take your feet and point the toes out. So you're going to try to open the hips here. Try to balance the weight on both sides of the feet. And then come into your squat. Inhale, reach the hands. Exhale, take it down. Inhale. Exhale. One more here. Inhale. Exhale. Coming into your squat, open the hips. Take the left arm on the left thigh. Keep pressing down and reach up and over with your right hand. Breathe into this right side. Fill the right side with air. Try not to collapse. Or try to open the chest. Press the feet to come up. Hands come to your heart. Let's take the other side. Come into your squat. Right arm on right thigh. Press the feet down and take the left arm up and over. Open the chest. Press the feet to come up. Hands to your heart. Pivot, top of your mat. We're going to ground down through the left foot now. Find all four corners of that left foot. Find your base of support. And then lift the right leg. Now there's always one side that people have a harder time balancing. This is my harder side. It's totally normal. Just means we probably need to work more on that side to help with the balance. And then take that right leg up into your tree. Press the foot and the thigh in towards one another. Find your center here. Press the left foot down and lengthen up. You have a lot of hand options here. You can keep your hands at your heart. You can take them back and you can reach them up. Find your breath here. Find the breath tracing up and down through the spine. Bring your hands to your heart. Bring the leg forward and lower it down. Sorry, I have to check the time. All right, let's come on to our backs. If you have a strap or a towel, please take it. Have it handy in case you need it. We're gonna lay down. Onto our back. All right, so place your feet hip distance apart. Take your shoulders away from your ears. And then lift the knees into your chest. Take your hands onto your knees. And then bring your knees towards your chest. And as you take them away, notice how your arms straighten. So you're going to bend your arms, bring your knees in. And then as you move them away, your arms are going to straighten. And then I want you to start to just come into some circle. They can be smaller circles or larger circles, whatever feels good for you. Just come, do circles in one direction. And then circle in the other direction. And just bring your awareness back to the breath. So maybe finding some pattern of breathing with the circles that you're creating here. And then taking the right leg, hugging it in, and taking the left leg and extending it out. So before you touch the floor, reach through the left heel and then lower the left leg. So you're really lengthening through that left leg. And you're hugging the right leg in. So the more you hug the right leg in and extend and reach through the left foot, you're creating some length and stretching through the left hip flexor. And if you're very, very flexible there, you might not feel anything. And if you're tight, you'll probably feel something. So your left toes are pointing up, right knee hugging in to your body. And then take the right knee and just bring it towards the right armpit and hug it in. And then take either a strap, a towel, or your hand. You're going to grab the right foot with your right hand. And you're going to try to bring the right leg into a 90-degree angle as much as you can. And as you start to press or try to bring the right thigh down towards the floor, you're pushing it with your hand, but your foot is resisting a bit. So there's this counter action happening. While you're bringing the thigh down, your foot is resisting the action. And take a breath or two here. And then just straighten as much as you can and bend it back. And straighten that right leg and bend it back. It's not going to go very far. A little bit of a hamstring stretch here. And then come back to center and lower the right leg next to the left. And take a moment to observe how each leg feels, if it feels the same or if it feels different. Take a moment to notice what parts of your body are in touch or in contact with the floor and what's not. And then bend both legs and take the left knee in towards your chest. Lift the right leg Before you touch the ground, just reach through the right heel and then lower down. Keep reaching and lengthening the right leg away from you and keep hugging the left knee in towards you. Keeping aware of what's happening in your shoulders. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. You don't want to create tension throughout the neck. And then hugging the left knee in and reaching through that right heel, the right big toe mound. Taking some deeper breaths here, being aware of your inhale and exhale. And then just taking the left knee over towards the left armpit and hugging the knee in towards the left armpit. Keep flexing the right leg and keep energizing all the way up to the right thigh. And grab your strap or your towel or use your hands and grab your foot and try to bring the left foot into half happy baby. And as you start to bring the leg down, your foot is somewhat resisting. Again, try to be very aware of any tension you might be creating in the neck. It's not a real tug of war, but it's just a bit of a energy created, a little bit of use of the muscles, but don't overdo it. And keep moving that right foot away from you. And then just take a few movements here of strengthening the leg, the left leg, and bringing it back to half happy baby. And then coming back to center, lowering both feet onto the mat. Hug the right leg in again, and extend the left leg, not placing the heel down only once you really extend it. And then take that right thigh all the way over to the left, crossing your body. So you're gonna bring it as close to the floor as is comfortable for you. If it's totally on the floor, that's great. Your shoulder comes off the floor, which is fine. And then you're gonna reach through the right hand. You're gonna stay at shoulder height. You can also come into cactus here. Your arm will be at a 90-degree angle. And then press through the left foot. And notice here if your right hip is creeping up towards shortening the side of the body. And if it is, just try to take the hip and just move it away, lengthening through the right side. And then reach through the right fingertips. And on your next exhale, pull the belly into the spine and come back to center. Place both feet onto the floor. Hug your left leg in. Extend through the right leg, reach through the right heel, lower the heel down. And then take the right leg all the way over or as far as you can. And then reach through the left arm. Push out through the right foot and lengthen the left hip away from you. And then reach through the left fingertips. On your next exhale, you're going to pull the belly into the spine. And you're going to come back to center. Place both feet on the floor. We'll take a quick pigeon before Shavasana. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Okay. Try to keep a neutral spine here. So the low back should be slightly away from the floor. And as you do this, you're going to try to maintain that. So try to keep the spine in neutral. And if your head is like this, very extended, I should have said this earlier, but place something underneath your head, especially for Shavasana. So if you feel like your head is, in this position and you can look back, take a little pillow or a towel or something and lift the head up. You're going to take your hand, either you're going to stay here if this is enough for you,
where you're gonna take your hands through and grab onto the back of the left thigh, flex the right foot, and as you bring the left thigh in towards you, you're gonna gently move the right thigh away from you. And check in with your shoulders and your neck, making sure that you're not creating any tension there or discomfort. Take deep breaths here. Thinking about the area that you feel a sensation or a stretch and trying to just focus a breath or two right in that space, in that area, whether it's probably in this outer hip. See if you can just soften by bringing awareness to the breath in that area of the body where you feel it most. Release your hands, take both feet down. Take the left ankle, cross it over the right. Start to move the left thigh away from you. And then if you want to go further here, you're going to lift the legs, take your hands behind the right thigh, flex the left foot. And again, as you bring the right thigh in towards you, you're going to gently think about moving the left thigh away from you. Noticing what's happening in the shoulders and the neck. And then just bringing awareness to the breath and thinking about and focusing on breathing into the space in your body where you feel the most sensation. Take another deep breath here. And slowly release the feet down. Maybe just windshield wiper your legs here. And then find a comfortable Shavasana position. So if you need to place something under your head or your knees, maybe you want a blanket, take your legs and move them away from center a little bit and take your arms a little bit away from center. Take a moment, let's scan the body. First, before we do anything, take the shoulders and move them away from your ears and slightly tuck them under. I'll just mention, well, if you can, if you're ready, you close your eyes. And I'll mention different parts of the body. Don't, if there's something you need to fix or adjust, as I mentioned it, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, just notice and feel that part of the body and just settle into it. So from the crown of the head, through the eyes, feel the eyes softening back, feel the mouth and the jaw softening. Allow the shoulders to soften down towards the floor. Feel the shoulder blades on your back. Feel them in touch, in contact with the mat and with the floor. Let the belly soften here and the hips. Let each finger soften, so allowing them to curl up, maybe just letting them be relaxed. Don't hold any tension in any finger or your arms. Letting the thighs soften down, letting them open naturally all the way down to the feet, letting the feet splay open. And just scanning your body and seeing if there's anywhere you're holding or gripping or feel any tension and just letting that soften. We'll take a few minutes for Shavasana.
slowly start to move your fingers and your toes. Bring awareness back to your breath and to the physical sensations throughout your body. Notice even the air in the room as it touches your skin, the sounds you hear from far and from close by. When you're ready, you'll bend each of your legs and gently hug them in towards your chest. And just rock side to side, massaging the muscles on the back a little bit. Take the right arm and lift it up over your head. And when you roll onto the right side, rest on the right arm. Taking a breath or two on your side, resting your head on the arm, slowly coming back to the here and now. Use your left hand to help push you up, trying to use minimal effort, and making your way into a comfortable seated position. So I talked a lot about grounding and rooting, and I thought it was important, especially now, for us to find our base of support, feel rooted and grounded in where we are right now and what's going on. And using that to help, well, it was a lot of lengthening and expanding. So from here, this place of grounding and support and stability that we all have in our homes and we're creating within this community and other friends that you have and other support systems, I think from that place, we're going to find a lot of expansion in our lives, and I hope we all do. Bring your hands together at your heart. Thank you for joining. Namaste.